Hello and a very warm welcome. I am Gushin Garland and you're watching Firstpost. In the next few minutes, I get you the top 40 updates from around the world, only here on Fast and Factual. Let's get started. We begin with updates from the war in Europe. Russia and the US officials have wrapped up discussions in Saudi on a potential Ukraine truce. The 12-hour marathon meeting focused on negotiating a ceasefire. Monday's talks also centered around ending attacks on Black Sea shipping. The Black Sea grain deal, which let Ukraine export grain safely during the war, collapsed in 2023. A Russian strike on the Ukrainian city of Sumy has wounded nearly 90 people, said President Zelensky. Among the injured were 17 children. The strikes hit residential buildings and educational facilities. The strikes came the same day Russia and US officials held ceasefire talks in Saudi Arabia. In the United States, a journalist was added to a high-profile group chat that included President Trump's top officials. U.S. Defense Chief Pete Hegseth, Vice President J.D. Vance, among others, were discussing military plans against Yemen's Houthis in the conversation. Details of planned strikes, weapons and timing got exposed. The White House has confirmed the leak, while Hegseth denied any responsibility for it. US President Donald Trump has targeted nations buying Venezuelan oil. He announced a 25% tariffs on countries purchasing oil or gas from Venezuela. These tariffs will be effective from April 2. Trump is aiming to reduce international reliance on Venezuela's vital oil sector. Spain, India, Cuba are among countries who buy Venezuelan oil. Greenland's Prime Minister Sumy has denounced a planned US visit to the Danish territory. He accused Washington of interfering in its political affairs. A top-level US delegation is set to visit Greenland this week, just days after elections were held there. Trump calls the trip by the American officials an act of friendliness, not provocation. Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney says he is available for a call with Trump. However, he emphasized that such discussions would happen only on Canada's terms. Carney has pushed back against Trump's repeated annexation remarks and tariff threats. Amid growing differences with the US, Carney has announced snap elections in Canada. In West Asia, violent protests continue to escalate in Turkey for the sixth consecutive night. The unrest, which was triggered by the arrest of Istanbul Mayor Ekrem İmamoğlu, has seen over 1,100 supporters detained so far. President Erdogan condemned the protest, calling it a movement of violence. Yemen-based Houthi forces claimed missile and drone strikes on Israel and US warships. They said they fired 2 ballistic missiles at Ben Gurion airport in the Tel Aviv city. The group also claimed they hit US warships, including an aircraft carrier in the Red Sea. The Houthis have been attacking ships since late 2023. They say it is solidarity with Palestinians who are facing Israeli hostilities in Gaza. Hamas has published a new video showing Israeli hostages sitting in an unidentified location in Gaza. The 2 prisoners can be seen sitting and addressing themselves by prisoners' numbers. One of them said, and I quote, "I am prisoner number 22, and until yesterday I had a name, and I had an identity, and I had hope. Today I am just another number," end quote. The footage comes shortly after Israel resumed its military operations in the region. At the United Nations, India firmly rejected Pakistan's repeated attempts to raise the Jammu and Kashmir issue. The Indian envoy advised Pakistan should stop spreading divisive global agendas. He said, and I quote, "Kashmir is, was and will always remain an integral part of India." Pakistan has repeatedly brought up the Kashmir issue at global forums, which India has shut down as baseless and misleading. In climate news, raging wildfires continue to spread across South Korea. It has prompted authorities to declare 3 more counties as special disaster zones. At least 4 people have died and hundreds have been forced to evacuate since fires broke out. Strong winds and dry conditions have fueled the rapid spread of the blazes, making containment efforts increasingly difficult. Central Chile is grappling with devastating wildfires that have prompted a state of red alert and forced widespread evacuations. According to officials, at least 6 wildfires are currently raging across Biobío in the Araucanía region. Another red alert has been issued, leading to the evacuation of 50 people. At least 3 wildfires are actively burning in North Carolina's Polk County as well. This is according to the state's Forest Service. Dubbed the Black Curve, Deep Woods and Fish Hook fires, the blazes have already scorched thousands of acres of both state-owned and private land. Nearly 250 personnel have been deployed to combat the fires as evacuations continue, with officials working tirelessly to contain the growing threat. Swiss scientists warn that the Great Alissage Glacier, that largest glacier in the Alps, is facing inevitable ice loss due to rising global temperatures. However, if global warming is successfully limited to below 2 degrees Celsius, parts of the glacier could still be preserved. Switzerland is projected to lose at least 70% of its total ice volume. The US Supreme Court has officially shut down Juliana versus United States. It is a historic lawsuit filed by 21 young climate activists who argued that the US government's energy policies violate their constitutional right to a safe environment. The court ruled that the plaintiffs lacked legal standing. The decision marks the end of one of the most high-profile youth-led climate lawsuits. On to business and tech news now. The US has extended Chevron's operations in US until May 27. The extension will allow the American energy giant to continue joint ventures with Venezuela's state-owned oil company PDVSA. This move comes amid US plans of imposing 25% tariffs on nations purchasing Venezuelan oil and gas. Chevron is only allowed to export the oil to the United States. India is reportedly considering cutting tariffs on over half of US imports. The imports are worth around $23 billion. It is a part of India's plan to avoid US reciprocal tariffs starting April 2. Since taking office in January, Trump has imposed sweeping tariffs which have caused global market concerns. India is hoping its decision will help ease trade tensions with the United States. Samsung Electronics co-CEO Han Jong-hee has died at the age of 63 due to cardiac arrest. Han, a key figure in South Korea's tech industry, oversaw the company's consumer electronics and mobile devices divisions. His leadership played a crucial role in Samsung's global dominance in the smartphone and home appliance markets. Chinese electric vehicle maker BYD has surpassed Musk's Tesla in annual revenue. BYD earned $107 billion, beating Tesla's $97.7 billion. It also outsold Musk's EV giant in fourth quarter battery sales. BYD's recently launched affordable model to Tesla's Model 3 has been a hot favorite in China. South Korea's Hyundai has announced significant investment plans in the US. It plans to spend $21 billion. About $6 billion will go into making a steel plant in the state of Louisiana. Over 1,300 jobs are expected to be generated from this facility. The move is seen as a response to looming US tariffs initiated by President Trump. Tesla has stopped its full self-driving software trial in China. The suspension followed lack of regulatory approval for the software. The trial was initially set to run from March 17 to April 16. Papua New Guinea has launched a new investigation after it lost Facebook and Messenger access for 24 hours. The disruption began during a police test of what officials call was an innovative technology to regulate online content. The government has directed its technology regulator to find out what caused this outage. Tech giant Meta is thinking about offering paid ad-free Facebook and Instagram in the UK. It comes after the tech giant faced a legal challenge over personal data use. Users who do not want their data to be tracked can pay for the subscription model. Meta already has subscription models in the European Union starting from $14 per month on cell phones. Chinese AI startup Deepseek has unveiled a new upgrade to its AI model. This new model is called Deepseek V30324. The upgrade shows big improvements in reasoning and coding. Deepseek, which was developed at a fraction of cost at US AI models, plans to position itself as a key player in the fast-growing AI market. Alibaba Group is planning to restart hiring after years of cutbacks. Alibaba Group's chairman says confidence in the business is improving. The announcement comes Chinese President Xi Jinping's recent meeting with tech leaders. Alibaba is planning to invest $52 billion in cloud computing and artificial intelligence over the next 3 years. Moving to sports, we start with cricket. Delhi beat Lucknow by 1 wicket in the fourth match of the Indian Premier League in Visakhapatnam. After winning the toss, Delhi decided to bowl first, powered by Nicholas Pooran's 75-run knockoff. Just 30 balls and Mitchell Marsh's 72-run innings, Lucknow put 209 runs on scoreboard. In response, Delhi chased down the mighty total with Ashutosh Sharma's 66-run knock of just 31 balls. Former Bangladesh captain Tamim Iqbal was rushed to the hospital after he suffered heart attack during a club match in Dhaka. The 36-year-old had an emergency surgery and will remain under medical supervision for the immediate future. New Zealand beat New Caledonia 3-0 to secure qualification for 2026 Men's World Cup. After a goalless first half, Michael Boxall hit the back of the net in the 61st minute. Costa Barbaras and Eliha just hit 2 goals in succession to seal the coveted cup for spot for the New Zealand. In tennis, women's world number 2 Iga Świątek advanced to the Miami Open quarterfinals. The Polish beat Ukraine's Elina Svitolina 7-6, 6-3. Świątek will next face Cuba's Alexandra Ayla in the quarterfinals. Women's world number 3 Coco Gauff crashed out of a Miami Open. The American lost out to Poland's Magda Linate 6-4, 6-4 in the round of 16 clash. Gauff committed 12 double faults while piling up several unforced errors against her 34-ranked opponent. British tennis star Emma Raducanu blistered a straight-set win over her 17th-seed Amanda Anisimova in the Miami Open. The Briton fought off against her American opponent and just needed 24 minutes to secure the first set on her way to 6-1, 6-3 victory. Men's world number 11 Alex de Minaur advanced to the last 16 of Miami Open. The Australian beat João Fonseca of Brazil 5-7, 7-5, 6-3. De Minaur will next face Italy's Matteo Berrettini in their round of 16 clash. In badminton, Indian men's doubles pair of Satvik Sairaj Ranki Reddy and Chirag Shetty pulled out of the upcoming Asia Badminton Championships. Currently ranked 11th in the world, the Indian duo recently reached the round of 16 of the All England Open but retired during the second game. In Formula 1, according to reports, Red Bull are seriously considering swapping New Zealander Liam Lawson with Yuki Tsunoda for Japanese Grand Prix. The 23-year-old Lawson has endured a dismissal start to his Red Bull career and has suffered knockout stage exits in all 3 qualifying sessions this year. Formula 1's governing body, the FIA, has confirmed talks with power unit suppliers on the potential return of the V10 engines. The engines run on sustainable fuels and FIA is aiming to reduce costs with its inclusion in the F1 cars. And finally, to the world of showbiz now, a judge has dismissed multiple charges in the $30 million sexual assault lawsuit against music mogul Sean Diddy Combs, filed by former producer Rodney Lil Rod Jones. In the lawsuit alleges that Combs forced him to hire and engage with sex workers. While some charges remain, the legal battles continue. K-pop sensation New Jeans has announced an indefinite hiatus. This is after losing a legal battle against his record label, Adore. The group, now calling themselves NJZ, revealed the news during a Hong Kong concert. They hinted that it might be their last performance for a little while. The legal battle stems from allegations of mistreatment and workplace harassment by Adore. Singer Lizzo shocked fans by sharing striking new photos on Instagram showcasing her weight loss journey. Dressed in schoolgirl-inspired outfit, she captioned the post with a cryptic reference to Severance. It is an Apple TV Plus show. Veteran French actor Gerard Depardieu is on a trial for alleged sexual assault during a 2021 film shoot. His lawyer claims all accusations are false, insisting the trial will prove his innocence. Depardieu, accused of misconduct by around 20 women, is the highest profile figure in French cinema to face trial in the wake of Me Too movement. And finally, Ubisoft's Assassin's Creed Shadows has achieved the franchise's second highest launch day sales. It has surpassed 2 million activations. The feudal Japan-set game has received stronger player engagement and positive feedback, trailing only 2020's Valhalla in first day sales. It also secured Ubisoft's best ever launch on PlayStation's digital store. That's all for today. Thank you for joining us. I am Gursheen Garland and we'll see you right back here tomorrow. Stay informed.